Hello everyone and welcome to my channel. So today we're gonna review this Puckipuppy Labrador model UL standard certified electric bicycle, full suspension. As you can see, the fork suspension have about 100 mm travel, and it comes with a rear shock suspension, which I'm not sure, like about maybe an inch travel, but it is adjustable actually. It's by heart 320, and you can adjust it. It says here how to adjust that preload, so you can twist it. It'll get a little bit better preload or softer. But as you can see, it does give you some movement, and I want to show you how I will look on this bike at 5:11, and you can see it is pretty good actually. Kind of bouncy suspension, which is good. But again, we're gonna take it for riding today, for speed test. Speed test gonna be like in throttle only and pedal assist, and then we're gonna check the brakes and uphill test on throttle only to see if it can climb the hill, one of the steepest hill, and go over my first impression of this bike. So let's get closer, and I will talk to you first about the size of this bike. So the lowest part of the frame is 28 inch from the ground. The seat can go as low as 32 inches from the ground, and it can go up to 40 inches from the ground. The handlebar is about 43.5 inches from the ground, and the handlebar actually pretty wide. It's almost 29 inches wide, which is very good for handling when you're riding off-road or any road actually, because it's gonna give you better stability as well. So let me go over some spec on this bike as well. So this bike comes with a hydraulic brakes by Logan. They are 180 millimeters front and rear, and the bike comes also with headlight and a horn. So headlight is actually pretty bright, and it does not have a really tail light. Even you're gonna attach the fenders, which I have, but it does come with tail light attached to the seat, built in, like, and you can push the button underneath, and it comes with 3 different modes. And you would have to turn it on manually with your finger pushing the button, and there is battery inside. So seat actually, as you can see, it's very comfortable with a space for ventilation. It's a very nice seat actually for this type of bicycle, and it's very bouncy and should be very comfortable to ride. This one is a camouflage color design. It's not paint, it's actually most likely like a dip in a film, but they do come with different color. You might want to check link in the description, and there should be extra $50 off discount code as well, so you might want to check and see how much money you're gonna save today. It does come with a 7 Shimano derailleur tourney, 7 speed, also by Shimano, and Shimano gear shifter 7 speed, of course, and Puckipuppy display, which is very bright, but at the same time under the camera you cannot really see it much. You get some information on mileage, the battery, and as you can, most likely you cannot see it, headlight information, it's on and off button over here. So it does come with a thumb throttle, very nice grips, which give you a little bit rest and rubbish, very comfortable to hold it. And on the left side you're gonna find the same type of grip. Also it's adjustable, you can unscrew this screw and move it up and down, and it's very solid grip. It's adjustable pedal assist. Mine, like going down arrow, it will be reduced and upper level will be increased. It does come with a cadence sensor, so people who is looking for cadence sensor, because it will give you more assist without much pedaling, that's probably going to be best bicycle for you, but we're going to talk about this later as well. The Labrador model comes with a branded to Puckipuppy brand, and they say it's 750 watt motor, and that's a continuous power, but we're going to take it off-road to test it out. The tires is 26 by 4 all terrain. I'm not sure if you're able to see it. It's right here. It says Black Cat. I never heard about this brand, but we're gonna test it out to see if they're good. But the color is amazing, great for hunting or just to blend in off-road mode. But some people just love this kind of camouflage color. About the front fork, it's a 100mm travel with a preload adjustment on this side and compression locking on this side. And just to pick from the distance how it will look in a green environment. So it's kind of blended in, but I'm pretty sure we're going to take it off-road. I will ride it off-road probably later on as well to test it out, and you're going to see how it will look off-road. But today we're going to take it on the street and see the top speed and to see how the bicycle perform. I'll show you how the rear shock working and also the front fork. I want to show you actually on the spot when I see it, like how it works. So it's give you pretty much good actually bouncing, and it should be real good because it has very fast rebounds, looks like. So it should be great for off-road riding. And let me show you the front fork. And here's how the front fork works. And I didn't do any adjustment yet, so maybe it's a bit firmer, looks like. So I need to reduce like rebound most likely, but it feels like pretty good actual combination. So about the battery, I'm gonna show you how I remove it. So you just insert the key, turn it, and the battery will drop. Over here is the latch. You open up the latch, the batteries come out, and it does weight about 10 pounds and 2 ounces most likely. I weighed it out, and also it's 48 by 20 amp battery, which is considered to be a long distance bicycle, and you should get about at least 20 miles with electric power only, and about probably 60 to 70 miles with pedal assist. And over here is a charging when you want to charge with the battery inside, or you can charge off the bike as well. And that's how it's gonna be when you attach the fenders. And we're gonna go for a ride right now to do all this testing, and just want to show you the fenders. So the front fender should protect you pretty well. The rear one does have small space over here, so you may get a little bit muddy, but so far looks good. What do you guys think? Better with fenders or without? So let's go. So now we're gonna go for the speed test and to see how the bicycle actually perform on the hill. We're gonna test it with the throttle only, but we're gonna do a few tests for the speed. Actually, we're gonna do like about 3 tests. One is gonna be throttle only. Second one will be the pedal assist, and third one we're gonna go on the street and use throttle only to see what the top speed will be on the longer road, because over here I test them on the shorter distance for the speed, and we're gonna wait until all zeros. And I noticed this bike can go basically on the pedal assist to the top speed on the throttle only, which is not that fast, but we're gonna test to see if they match. So right now we're going about 40 miles on GPS, 16, 18, 19, and so far looks like it's locked on 19, and display show me 20.4. So I would say very close to 20 probably, but it's probably programmed this way because it says there's a sticker class 2. So since it's UL standard certified bicycle, it's supposed to be locked for a certain class as well, because that's how they actually rate it as well. But I'm gonna go. So it was 19 miles based on GPS on throttle only with my weight, which is 215 pounds. And we're gonna do now switching to pedal assist level 5 and start to pedal and see how fast I can go, and drop to the gear number 7, and let's go. 16, 18, 20, 21, 22, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29. So about 29 on GPS, which is pretty good, and the brakes actually pretty working good. So 29 on GPS and 29 on GPS and 29 and a half about on display. And now we're gonna try the brakes. So I'm gonna go about to 20 up to 20 miles and switch to higher pedal assist so I can get 20 miles an hour, 21 actually. I'll go with 20. Well, it says 22, and I'll brake by the car over here. Brake. Oh wow, it's good. And also not only it's actually slide a bit, so it's burned some tires, because I usually don't brake on the front brake as hard for many reasons. Some people who is not experienced might fall from the bike, because it's much easier to lose control sometimes if you brake with the front brakes, regardless you're off-road, on the road. I usually brake with both and try to do gentle, mostly on hydraulic brakes, because they can lock the wheel easily, and if you lose control on the front, most definitely we're gonna crash. So the next step will be I'm gonna switch to pedal assist 0. Now it's 0 and gear number 5, and to see how the bicycle actually pedaling, actually I'm gonna go with 4. And probably it's better to stop, slow down, and then start to pedal. So I'm at speed now 8 miles an hour, and this bike actually, just as any fat tire bike, get me about 9 miles an hour, which is pretty good. And we're gonna go actually right now to the hill. It's about 3 miles right, and so far it's wow, it's very smooth. And 3 miles right on the street, and we're gonna do some stress to the bike because I'm gonna use throttle only, and we'll see how bike will climb the hill as well. I'm gonna go to pedal assist level 3, 5, and just pedal it. Oh, wow, it's going nice. And I noticed one thing. Let's see how fast I can go this way. 25, 27, 28, 29. So I guess the same as the other way with braking here. So far it's doing good. So we're gonna go on the road and test for 3 miles to see how fast I can go. Well, I guess I cannot go more than 20 miles, so it's kind of gonna be useless, but I guess I'm gonna pedal it and see how the pedaling, because this bike is locking for 20 miles on throttle only as class 2, and I couldn't find any options to unlock it. Maybe there is, but the display very basic information, you cannot really do anything as adjustment at this time. So let's go and see how the pedaling on the street. So I'm gonna go with gear number 7 and pedal assist level 5. Oh, it's a little bit windy become, and I'm gonna just use the display speed because it's pretty much accurate. Only like quarter of the mile about difference looks like to me, so it's not really a big deal. So it's more accurate as many other bicycles. And also this bike is not all about speed, it's more about comfortability and riding experience. So far it's very smooth ride, The rear shock works pretty good, same as a fork. This bike easier get 29 miles an hour. Right now I'm going 29. Let me turn on 29.8 on display. So you get about goes pedaling at 28 miles an hour, most likely, probably not, actually 29, still good pedaling. So 29.8 with good pedaling. Good pedaling, I mean, you would have to, let me try to move slowly to see how fast I can go, basically on the motor without assistance. Actually, the motor itself also pick up at 29.8. So that's what I'm gonna do now. I'm gonna stop and turn on this GPS. And see. So I'm gonna pedal, but it's mostly gonna be motor, so I'm gonna move my feet very slow. This way I can pick up the speed, the top speed, and we'll see how fast the motor actually can do and carry me. And if you can unlock the controller, basically to have it throttle only to go to the top speed, you will know how fast you can go, because this will allow me now to see how fast. 28, easy. Yeah, going 28, and I move my feet very little. That's a big difference when you have cadence sensor versus to torque sensor. So I move very slowly my feet, and I got 28, 29. It hit 29 actually. So 29 again. Oh, even 30. So it gave you very solid. It was very solid 28 and 29 sometimes. So, and I thought, okay, now it's 29. So it's kind of close to 29. On display it's 29.8. 29 now again. 29. So I would say if you have throttle only activated to the top speed for off-road modes, kind of, I'm not sure if you can do that on this bike, but the motor can go up to 29 miles just on throttle only if you're able to switch. But so far I couldn't make it, but based on my speed test right now, it can go 29 easy. And I move very slowly my feet, so basically I give a lot of stress on the motor since we're going to the top speed. So that will also check the motor to see if the motor will do good. And it's very quiet. Either because I'm in a helmet, full face, or just because it's quiet. So now we're very close actually to the hill, and I'm gonna use throttle only. And we're gonna see, like, it doesn't matter if the throttle can go up to 20 miles only at this time, because it's limited in controller. If you can unlock it somehow, then you can get up to 29 miles an hour based on the GPS and on throttle only. So this motor is pretty fast, 29 easy. And the good about, I didn't hear any changes in the motor sound, so it's very stable and so far good. So we're gonna test it to the steep hill over here. I'm gonna stop on the stop sign as always. Stop it until all zeros. Okay, so now it's all zeros and go. And I'm gonna go with based on GPS the speed. So hopefully we'll make at least half hill, but maybe all. We'll see. So it's going about 40 miles an hour. And 750 motors not always make uphill. Some of them only making to half hill. And so far 4 miles an hour. Let's see if we can make it even half. 3 miles an hour. I still can balance it, but it's still working. I'm going 3 miles an hour, man. I'm still balancing the bike. Once the motor stop, I will stop, but if it drops below 3 miles an hour, I don't know, it's now 2 miles an hour, but still going uphill. Recently most of the 750 motors would stop here. Now it's 1 or 2. Let's see if it's still pulling. It stopped. So unfortunately it never made it uphill, only half hill I would say. But let me go to the right and switch to gear number 5. Now we're gonna try to see how it will go with just pedaling from 0. Yeah, I can still, yeah, okay, the pedaling is fine uphill, as most of the bikes would pedal uphill with my assistance, of course, a little bit, not a lot, but still pedaling. So I would not say this motor is too strong, but it's about 750 motor with more higher speed settings. So it's not that powerful motor on this bike as settings. If you change in different mode, if you can change, I don't know if you can, because so far they told me there is no changes, but I'm still trying to get more information. So if you can change to different mode like standard, maybe you're gonna get more torque, but at this point it's only made half hill. So again, it's not most of the powerful, but it's fast, 29 miles an hour, pretty good, and it's very smooth ride. And we're gonna go downhill now. And downhill is going pretty good, of course, but slow down because there's a car. And the brakes works good, no squeaking at all. So brakes was good, turn up right away. I only adjust the front a little bit, but it was super easy. Only 2 screws to unscrew to align the caliper, but that's about it. So what I can say so far from my first experience of test, so far the bike performed pretty well for a full suspension bike. Nice pedaling. So it's a great bicycle if you want to take it outdoor as commuter, just to have very smooth ride. The seat is very comfortable, of course, as you could see. It is a nice seat on this bike. And the suspension, it works pretty good. We're gonna test it more. And here's how the suspension works. Actually, it's not bad. The fenders sounds good. It didn't touch the wheel or anything so far. So I don't know if I need the fenders actually for the summer, but I just attached so you guys can see it. So far it's very smooth ride. And let's check out the fork as well. So the fork actually have about 100mm travel, and looks like it's moving pretty good. I didn't actually adjust anything. I decided to keep everything out of the box completely. As you can see, when I'm gonna brake, it will move down, but when I push it down, you can see it's pretty good. So let's go around and see more how the bicycle performs, so I can give you my opinion to see how the bike actually is doing. So far it's very stable. The motor sounds pretty good, so I don't hear any problem with the motor, as some bicycle after the hill would have some noises because it never made up to the hill. So maybe the controller just controls the motor, and I don't think this it's all about settings. So the motor might be very powerful, but the way they set it up, it can go more to the higher speed, and it says echo here, so it means it cannot climb the hill much with throttle only. And the bicycle actually performed not bad at all for the price they listed right now. It's a good value, and it comes with hydraulic brakes, with a fast motor, 750 motor. I think it's 750 continuous power, and the peak probably about 1000. So It is UL certified standard bicycle, so it's safe to ride and charge and everything, because they complete the whole bicycle under UL standard certification. And the bike looks great, but again, I don't think the color is for everyone. It's they do have few different colors. You might want to check link in description. I'll have $50 off. And some people ask me what kind of helmet I wear. So today I wear Demon with the MIPS, and also the sunglasses. It's actually with photochromic, which is a little bit brighter, but at the same time they get darker when it's too bright. So they adjust to the color outside, and they're from company Outdoor Masters. I'm gonna list link in description so you can check them out if you're interested. They're great for people who is riding at night or daytime, so you don't have to switch the glasses as well, and they can perfectly fit any helmet as this one. I like it, there's enough space to put the goggles on top if you want, or sunglasses like I do right now. The reason I wear sunglasses today because I'm riding on the street. It's not that windy, and it's a little bit warmer than usual. If it was colder, I would wear probably goggles or wear like closed face with a shield helmet. And as I mentioned earlier, I couldn't get in the settings, but after recording this video I was able to get in the settings and change the speed, and now I can use the throttle up to the top speed. So the next video should be retesting. I decided not to do the long video, so this video is more like right out of the box with all UL certification, speed and settings. But the next video will be unrestricted video with more like off-road type of settings, where you can travel on the top speed on throttle only. So please subscribe to see the next video, and I will show you also how to make this change. It's an amazing bicycle to ride on, and it's a very smooth, comfortable. I think it's one of the best full suspension bicycle I tried, and I do plan to take this bicycle off-road testing as well. And if you're looking for foldable bicycles, they do have different models which are also full suspension and foldable with a large battery. Really good deal. Check link in description. My code's supposed to work for those bicycles as well. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.